Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This is part three, the reunion. You know what? I have to go and give, Jersey their props. This entire season was good to me. I don't remember one episode that I probably just disliked. You know how sometimes it's a filler? That's probably, well, I guess they really don't need a filler. Now that I think about it, girl, they only got 10 episodes. Why is Jersey's season so short? Like, I've come to the point where I don't want those long seasons like Atlanta used to give it. Remember back in the day, girl, Atlanta used to give us 22 episodes, 23, I think 22 episodes before the reunion. That's a little too long. But Jersey, I feel like it's too short. Like, I think they give us probably like 12 episodes, 13. I feel like they could do at least 16, and then the reunion. And if they're usually going to make the reunion 3 parts, right? But I think, I'm talking about for other franchises. I think that the last couple of seasons I've watched, Jersey's reunions have only been 2 parts, right? Anyways, I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed the reunion. I thought all 3 parts of the reunion were great. I didn't think it was like, usually for the most part, even with Atlanta girl, Atlanta could stand to have 2 parts. There's only been one reunion that I felt like they could have made a 4-part reunion, and that was a Married to Medicine reunion. I forgot what season it was. Remember they had the 3-part reunion, and I could think they usually always have a 3-part reunion, but it was one season where I felt like Married to Medicine could have given us a 4-part reunion because every part was just that great to me. Anyways, all right, so Andy basically tells them to shut up. He has to go to a dinner reservation. Girl, we just gonna talk. Okay, we just gonna talk. The affair. I have to give it to Jennifer. You know what? Jennifer is my girl. Even though, there were some parts of where I was looking at Jennifer sideways after I rewatched it. Jennifer is my girl. Jennifer's my girl. But Jennifer, I think the reason why you're in the situation that you're in, not to take the blame and put it on you for Bill's indiscretion. I'm saying, like, even in this part 3 of the reunion, that's my neighbor, y'all. I'm sorry. So that stomping y'all here is a heavy foot that live above me, and they walk like that all the time. But anyways, so when Jennifer says her life is perfect, Jennifer, you're still that's why you're in the situation you're in, because you're still going around to this day saying your life is perfect. Girl, your life is not perfect. Even if Bill had not cheated on you, your life will still not be perfect, right? But I think part of the reason why, Marge decided to stick it to you is because of what you said, about Marge, even about bringing up Marge's mama. I just want her to stop with the whole, my life is perfect. Girl, you broke down. They almost had to rush you to the hospital because you've convinced yourself that your life is perfecto. And girl, it is not. Anyways, it's one thing for you to say, girl, my life is close to perfection as it can be, or, my husband is perfect for me. It's ways that you could probably say it, but when you still are on that my life is perfect, it's kind of like, okay, girl. Okay. Girl, next year when they find another skeleton to bring out the closet, we're going to see how close, how perfect your life is then, okay? Anyways, she says the affair lasted for 2 months. I thought they said 2 years, but anyways, 2 months, 2 years. I mean, that's a big difference. Maybe it is 2 months. Nobody said anything like, girl, it was 2 years. So I'm just going to assume that I probably got it wrong. So she said that Bill had an affair for 2 months. He had to go to Miami for some business, I believe. And she basically went to Miami. She surprised him in Miami. And I guess he was turned on by the fact that she snuck to Miami. Girl, it sounded dumb to me when she was saying it. I was rolling my eyes like, girl, so basically you went to Miami, and I guess because you surprised him, or I guess, that was a sign to him to show that you cared about the marriage, even though, girl, what has he shown you to show that he cares about the marriage? That, that kind of rekindled that old flame, and y'all got it in. I don't know. Okay, girl, whatever. She says he's a good man. He just did a bad thing. I do have something to say about Bill later on. He's a good man. He just did a bad thing. I mean, I guess I can say it right now. I mean, girl, I guess I could go for Marge too. Marge is a good woman. She just did a bad thing, right, Jennifer? Or Jennifer Mama, or Joe, or anybody else that done cheated on their spouses, right? I will say that Bill, and y'all know for the most part, I'm usually like on these men next, like, girl, he trash. Bill does, a part of me does believe that Bill did something very, very horrible, right? And a part of me believes that Bill has not done that ever since. I could be wrong. I don't think Bill is a horrible human being, right? I don't think just because you cheat, that makes you a horrible human being. It just depends. I have to look at I have to look at the story. It's one thing if it's one thing when it's a one-off. And you don't, fucked around and fucked a bitch in the office. It's another thing when you just straight up just community dick. Just slanging dick everywhere. You fucking bitches left and right. It's another thing when you probably like on some Martell type of shit from Love and Marriage Huntsville, when you pretty much have a girlfriend and you've been dealing with this woman for 5+ years. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's layers to it. Okay? Bill, even though he cheated, is still a horrible thing. When I look at Bill and how he is on television, he really does come across as a very, very nice person. Probably out of everybody on the show, Evan, Joe, Frank, Louis, Bill. Bill probably comes across as, even with his indiscretion, Bill probably comes across to me as the most decent one. And that's sad to say. You know what I'm saying? He comes across as the most decent one. I would say, based off what I've seen. Now, y'all know I've only, I've seen episodes here and there in New Jersey, but I've only seen 2 full seasons, which was last year and this year. But Bill, I would give it to Bill, then Joe Benita, Marge's husband. But out of everybody, Bill does seem like he's the most decent one. He seems like he likes to have a good time. I can't even remember if Bill cursed or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever heard Bill raise his voice, right? Maybe he got that shit under, like, some of these niggas are one way when the cameras are on and one way when the cameras are off. So he could be a completely different person when the cameras leave. But Bill does, even though Bill had that indiscretion with, in his marriage, he doesn't give me like a bad person. Anyways. She talks about her breaking down. Girl, you broke down because you never dealt with shit. I was never able to cry. I mean, you never dealt with it, girl. You found out your nigga was cheating. He said, yeah, I am. And then, girl, you was like, okay, you stayed. And you already let us know you couldn't really go nowhere because you had all those fucking kids. And on top of that, you didn't have no money. So, I do believe. I'm sorry. I do believe that if Marge, I'm not going to say she wouldn't have brought it to light, but I think she probably would have sat back and thought about it. I do believe that if Marge knew that this was going to be the reaction from Jennifer, I think she probably would have thought twice about bringing this to the show, right? I could see how they could probably think, oh, or Marge think like, okay, girl, me and this bitch really don't too much care for each other. We have this back and forth relationship. She go, I go, she go, I go. Jennifer really got Marge together last year at the reunion. So I think that Marge was like, this bitch got me fucked up this year. I'm gonna let the girls know, girl, your man cheated on you. While you walking around here talking all that cash money shit, okay? Your man, if I'm a slut, your husband's a slut. Because he did the same thing I did. Stepped outside of the marriage. Right? But I do believe that if she knew that Jennifer was going to react the way that she reacted, I think Marge would have thought twice about it. I do believe that. Now, Marge, I'm going to get into your ass in a little bit. Because you full of shit too. Literally, for real, I came out of this reunion rolling my eyes at Joe, Melissa, Marge, Jennifer, a little bit of Dolores, and Teresa. The only one I really didn't too much to roll my eyes at this part was Jackie. Everybody else got a deep eye roll. Anyways, Jennifer says that she decided to share her story. And you're saying I'm Scarlett O'Hara. Jennifer, you didn't decide to share your story. You did not decide to share your story. You didn't have a choice, because once Marge let it be known that she had a grenade in her pocket and she said, I'm going to pull the pin out and let this motherfucker blow, you didn't have no choice but to go ahead. Bitch, Marge shook your whole world up, okay? The husbands join. They talk about Frank living with David and he watches TV with a girlfriend and David sometimes. Louis says, good luck. Louis already getting on my nerves. Good luck? No, Teresa, good luck to you. Because the accusations and the allegations are that the man that's sleeping in your bed is a little bit abusive. So good luck, Teresa. It's not no good luck to David. Okay? Because we ain't heard that the woman that you was dating for 2 months is abusive and the girl, all this other stuff that the streets are saying about you. So good luck, Teresa. Okay? Joe got a touch up. Joe got his eyes. I said, come on, Joe. Ain't nothing wrong with a little touch up. Men been getting touched up, okay? They just be scared to say it. Baby Joe, baby, he said, my wife, baby, Marge convinced him, baby, you look good. You look good for your age, baby, but ain't nothing wrong with a little touch up. Just go get this touched up right here and you'll look good. Anyways, Frank basically can't stand Dolores' new husband. That's all I got from it. They're bumping heads. I saw somebody online say that Frank wants Dolores. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I don't really know their relationship like that. Will I say that, girl, it's a very different type of relationship? It's one thing for you to be cool with your ex, or to have a great co-parenting relationship. Dolores and Frank, honey, they pretty much still a couple, but they're not a couple. So anybody who comes into their relationship, you see? Anybody who enters into a relationship with Frank or Dolores, baby, they're going to have to really get used to a new normal, because what Frank and Dolores got going on, I don't know a lot of people that are that close like Frank and Dolores. Like, they're close. And Dolores gives me like she's not going to play up by Frank, and Frank give me, even though he was trash while he was married to her, he not gonna play about Dolores. I think that Frank needs to understand that, girl, just like Dolores was saying, like, you're gonna have to kind of like just sit back and just let me work on him, because what we got going on, a lot of people are not gonna deal with this shit. So you need to shut your ass up. And I do believe Dolores had every right to kind of start feeling a type of way about Frank, even joking, calling him Buzz. He called that man Buzz like something. Because you starting shit. And you doing that could drive away my man. Maybe Frank do want Dolores. I don't think he want Dolores. Marge. Marge, you full of shit. Marge is full of shit. Marge basically says that I don't know if I believe this. Marge says that she basically was trying to help them help Louis flip public opinion, because she knew once this, got out there. I mean, that it was already out. Now that it's already out there, I'm trying to help them flip public opinion. I'm trying to say, girl, this is what basically talk. Girl, I don't believe Marge. I don't believe that. I believe that, girl, this was your one back on. This is your get back on Teresa. For Teresa telling old girl to snap your neck. Girl, that was your get back. And I think that now you sitting your ass on that TV, on my TV screen, lying, talking about you were trying to help Louis get ahead of the story. This is the first time I ever agreed with Teresa Giudice. When Teresa said to Marge, if you really were trying to help us or help Louis, you would have came to me and said, hey, girl, the way he explained it, bitch, he sound crazy. You need to go back to him and tell him, girl, I'll bring up the conversation again tomorrow. Like, hey, Louis, can you explain again? Well, she ain't add all that extra stuff. But that made sense to me. If Marge really, to me, you really were trying to help Louis and Teresa, we're not going to sit here and act like these girls across, girl, whatever city, they don't be getting together when the cameras are down, girl, plotting and planning scenes and shit, okay? So Marge should have went to Teresa after Louis explained whatever he explained and it didn't come out the right way. If she really was trying to help them flip public opinion, she would have went to Teresa and told Teresa, hey, girl, again, like Teresa said, you said, yo, man, girl, I love this. What I'm telling you off camera, bitch, she sounded crazy last night, and everybody agreed. And he also told a bold-faced lie, because that's not what was said in the video. He needs to go back and fix that shit. Maybe we can bring it up again before we leave the Jersey Shore, wherever they was at. That's why I think Marge was low-key full of shit. And Teresa did clock her ass on that. That's about the first time I ever, that's about the first and last time y'all gonna hear me ever probably agree with Teresa Giudice. But Teresa was right about that shit. They say Teresa isn't easy to talk to. I don't believe Teresa is, but I think that maybe if Marge would have told her that off camera, I think that Teresa would, I think she would have been receptive to it. I do. Road rage, sex all the time, family doesn't like you, abusive. This is what Louis, I'm sorry, I don't believe nothing Louis is saying. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. I don't believe nothing Louis is saying. This didn't make sense to me. Maybe it made sense to y'all. We were in toxic relationships. It felt emotionally abusive to me, but I'm not going to label it that way. So is he saying that even though I felt that, I'm not going to say it was that? Is that what he's saying? That don't make sense. If certain stuff, okay. If I'm in a relationship and I'm sitting here telling you that we were in a toxic relationship, it was probably emotionally abusive, but I'm not going to label it that. Bitch, you just said it was toxic. And you just said that, girl, you felt it was an emotional abusive relationship. So why would you just say that it was an abuse? Maybe because he doesn't want to come across. Because if he says it's abusive, then, girl, at the end of the day, I don't believe Louis. Sorry, I don't believe Louis. I don't care about Teresa saying, if I thought that this was true, do you think I would be with him? Girl, do you know how much abuse you took from your own fucking husband on TV? I don't even watch Real Housewives of New Jersey like that. And I still saw the clips and episodes where Joe was straight up disrespecting Teresa. And you still stayed. Maybe you stayed for the kids. So you saying that, oh, if I thought this was about him, I wouldn't have got with him, don't mean shit to me at all. When Andy called Teresa the Teresa go round, oh, that's exactly how I feel anytime Teresa opens up her mouth. It's a Teresa merry-go-round, girl, and I want to get off. He say it's fun. No, it's not. Girl, they showed my man Tiki. Y'all know out of everybody on that cast, fuck Bill, fuck Joe, fuck the other Joe, fuck Frank, fuck Evan, girl, who else? Fuck Louis, bitch. Tiki is the one to me. I do not know why, because Tiki not even really that fine. But Tiki is fine. Girl, I don't know why. Tiki is fine to me. Oh, Tiki is fine to me. And then I realized, hold up, where is Tracy? You know, even though Tracy and Tiki, I think they both know low down and dirty. Girl, I still think how they got together, it still got some holes in the story. I like Tracy. I thought Tracy was a great addition. Clearly, Tracy didn't bring nothing to the reunion because Tracy was at that fucking reunion because I saw her outfit. She had that bust down the middle with some long blonde weave and a gold dress on. Tracy was at that reunion. So clearly she didn't deliver. Because if she did, they would have showed, her out on the set. So I guess that's an indication that Tracy won't be returning next season. Damn, I thought Tracy was good for the show. I guess not. Now this is where I was like, okay, I could probably see, because honestly, Melissa, girl, no tea, no shade, I don't get nothing from Melissa. Girl, Melissa really could be a friend of the show. I don't know why Quad has just kept Melissa in Dolores. I would probably keep Dolores over Melissa, but Melissa could be a friend of the show. This was the first time I realized why people don't like Joe and Melissa. Joe, you need to shut the fuck up. You sound dumb. So here goes Joe. The women get out of control up here. The men, we're more stable. Joe, wasn't you just on TV a couple of years ago tussling with your brother-in-law? But you're more stable. But you had a whole wrestling match on TV. Slamming each other into walls and grounds and shit. But girl, you're more stable. And the simple fact that everybody sat there and just kind of giggled at it, even Jackie. Like, what? Yeah, did y'all hear when Joe said this when I was like, girl, I've been called it. Do I like the husbands as a whole? They like to have a good time. But I said that, I do still believe that these men are misogynistic and sexist. Girl, did y'all hear when this motherfucker said, first when he said that pissed me off. And then he told Jennifer, you deserve some type of abuse. I said, what the fuck? Bill! Talk, Bill! Talk, Bill! Y'all not gonna say nothing to this motherfucker on stage? Now don't get it twisted, Jennifer got a lot of mouth. But for you to sit there and say that she deserves some type of abuse, so I guess that's why y'all, like, Joe, I'm not gonna sit here and call you a bitch boy, but you did get involved in some shit that had to do with Jennifer and Melissa. Bill didn't get involved with the shit between Marge and Jennifer. And girl, he was like collateral damage, but like he didn't get involved. Like you got involved. So Jennifer really had reason to say you get involved in women's business because you did, and your wife started it. And then y'all sitting here basically owning up to it, saying, okay, whatever. Did y'all hear when Melissa said something like, well, he's not just gonna sit here and let you say whatever? Well, I thought y'all said that the women are supposed to just handle the women. Joe and Melissa, I was looking at them sideways like, y'all, baby, I didn't like it. Now, Jennifer did get on my nerve when she said, you yelled at me. Girl, Jennifer, you a grown-ass woman with a lot of mouth. Girl, you yelled at me. Girl. And your husband should have said something. But see, I will say, Bill does not give me the type of man that's confrontational at all. He doesn't give me that he's angered easily. Like I said, I don't think I've ever heard Bill raise his voice, curse. So it's like Bill is not like Jennifer. Jennifer is gone. You see, Jennifer was like, and Evan, and you too, motherfucker. Let me get on to your ass. Okay? I'm about to pee on myself. I need to go pee, y'all. I've been trying to drink water and it's running straight through me, girl. I know I have went to the restroom at least 20 times. Girl, I'll be right back. All right. So, Jennifer. Jennifer was basically getting into Joe's ass and to Evan's ass. See, so at first, when I first watched it, I was like, Jennifer might be onto something because the way, like, I just felt like the way that they were treating her when she was speaking, I felt like Jennifer was probably right. The second time I watched it, I was like, I don't know, Jennifer. Like, the truth of the matter is, from what I remember, is you were trying to help dig up dirt on Evan, right? That's one. You're the one who said that when, I guess, Teresa got mad when, I guess, what's-her-face said that Gia, did some white girl in the bathroom, she using an analogy that I guess Teresa was like, do we know anybody? And you agreed to, like, I guess, go ask around, right? Or some shit like that. I think she was trying to make it be understood that Frank was the one who, I guess, brought this to the show. But I thought Teresa was the one last year who brought the whole Evan thing to the show. But I think she was trying to prove also that everybody had conversations, because I remember them saying that I think Joe had told Marge or some shit like that he had heard about the rumor, or he saw the woman that Evan had allegedly had the affair with. It sounded like everybody was being messy, but the only person that really got the heat for it was Jennifer. But I also think Jennifer got the heat for it because, bitch, you did low-key get with Teresa and say, okay, girl, let me see what I can find. I think that Jennifer wants other people to be held accountable for what they did and not just her, which is fair, but which is fair. I'll just say which is fair. It's fair because everybody else had their hand in the cookie jar, but girl, you were the one who got your hand smacked, right? Jennifer, girl, you were digging. You were digging. Isn't that what you told Marge too? Isn't that what y'all said in the woods when y'all did the team building exercise? That Teresa was the one who kind of like sent you out on the scavenger hunt? Andy. Good. Oh, Louis lost his job. And? Louis lost his job, and Evan could have lost his job with what Teresa said last year. You see how that works? That's why I was like, I'm never gonna get behind Teresa on this fuck shit, because Teresa, you're upset because this is the thing. You didn't want anyone to mention it on the show. That's why Teresa's upset. Teresa is mad because she didn't want anyone to mention these accusations and allegations on the show, period. She's also saying that Marge is the reason why this stuff is out there. And it's like, Marge is not the reason. Marge did not make this up. These women have come forward with their stories as it pertains to their relationship or their past relationship with Louis. If Teresa just would have said, I'm mad because the bitch brought it to the show, then I could have wrapped my head around that. But she keeps trying to use Marge as the reason why the shit is out there in the streets. No, the shit is out there in the streets because these women have said Louis has done this to them. And just like Andy said, like, I don't understand how this, I'm with like Andy, even if I had a friend and I heard these stories about this person my friend was dating, I'm going to bring it up. Period. Girl, have you heard the stories about this nigga? Girl, they say he out here beating bitches and girl, he got a road rage issues and he beat some woman up in front of the children. Girl, you ain't heard these stories? So not, oh, we just not gonna talk about it. No, bitch, we talking about it. But again, I think that Marge don't care like she try to make it seem as though she cares. Like, oh, I was just trying to help Louis. Girl, no, you wasn't, bitch. You saw a way to get back at Teresa, and Louis was collateral damage, and it was what it was. Did she badmouth Louis? No, I don't remember Marge ever badmouthing Louis. But bitch, she was gonna make sure that we talked about this shit on the show. It didn't have nothing to do with her caring about Teresa or caring about Louis or trying to help Louis. No, bitch. Girl, I'm getting your ass back for telling that whore to yank my neck. Period. Andy, I had a heart attack on stage. Teresa, Marge going back and forth. He told him basically shut the fuck up. That's what he really want. It's my oven. That's what he really wanted to say. At the end, they drink a glass of champagne. Jackie drink all hers. For a bitch who don't like, girl, no tea, no shade, no disrespect. For a bitch that don't like to eat, honey, when I tell you Jackie likes to drink down, girl. Anyway, shout out to Jackie. She looks good. Shout out to everybody. You know, I really don't go up for Teresa like that. But from what I understand, she's the queen of the show. So without Teresa, it ain't no Real Housewives of New Jersey. So shout out to all the women. Again, I look at Joe and Melissa completely different now. I got my good eye on Joe and Melissa. Teresa, Dolores, okay. Jennifer's my girl, even though I think Jennifer is misunderstood too. A part of me feels like you know who they treat Jennifer like? They treat Jennifer like Candace. They treat Jennifer how the girls on Potomac treat Candace. Girl, they do. Marge, I love Marge. Love Jackie, love Jennifer, like Dolores, Joe and Melissa. I don't know, child. Y'all on the chopping block. Girl, Teresa, girl, she been on the chopping block. Anyways, shout out to everybody. See y'all girls next season. Bye.